Okay, today we're going to talk about waistcoats or vests and some other styling things. So this is a waistcoat and a vest are basically the same thing, so it ends at your waist. A lot of men wear them longer today, so they're more like in here. If you're wearing higher waisted trousers, then they should be shorter. So these trousers are kind of in between. There's some fun things about this one. It's got what's called pick stitching on it, so you can see the stitching right here. So this has a lapel. A lot of waistcoats don't have lapels, so this is a lapel. You can have, you can see that this is what's called a peak lapel. So it's peaked right here, and this stitching goes all along both sides. So this could come without a lapel at all. So it might be just this. It could have this kind of lapel. It could have a notch, which would be like a normal lapel, and then it also could have a shawl, which a shawl is kind of curved around. So those are the three or four different kinds of variations. Of course, there's way more. I like to have a 5-button vest. With vest or waistcoats, the fashion principle is that you never button the bottom button. So this one always stays open. In this case, the back, as you can see, is the same fabric. And then I have an adjuster. So this is a custom vest for me, but it's kind of nice to have the adjustable back, because if I didn't have that, this would be a little loose right now because I'm down a few pounds. So if you buy something that's a little bit bigger, have it made so it's a little bit bigger, then you can just take that in. It's supposed to be pretty tight. So it could even be, it could be this tight on me and it would be fine. You just don't want it to get too stretched out right here. So see those lines? About right there would be good, okay? So, and typically the vest or waistcoat typically has the same lining as the jacket. Okay, so my jacket, this is part of a 3-piece suit. So that's kind of fun. As you can see, it's rope stripe. I'm gonna get really close to this so you can see it. It has a rope type pattern. So it looks like a pinstripe when you get a little ways away from it, but it's actually not a pinstripe. So stripes and a striped shirt can be a little bit kind of confusing to the eye, but as you can see this from here, it looks like a pink shirt, a light pink shirt, and then as you get a little closer, then the stripes come in. Blue. So I'm not crazy with colors. I try to keep them sort of in the same sort of thing. I don't even know how I got this wrinkle in here. But so this is a 7-fold tie. We'll talk about ties here in just a second. One of the things that you can do to add dimension, if you can keep it out, is to have a tie stick out like this. That gives your whole outfit more dimension, so more 3D. This is a 7-fold tie. It's a pretty nice tie. It is Paul Malone 7-fold. What a 7-fold tie is, typically they're gonna fold a tie in three, so like this, and then in again. A 7-fold has actual 7 folds, so you can see how many folds are in here. So there's that fold, and then if you open this up, there's 2 more on each side. That gives you some thickness. It helps it to lay flatter. It has more weight when you tie it, so it's got a nicer feel. I don't know what the name of this knot is. You can see that it has a double. So I looped it around twice, and this one wants to kind of hide a little bit, but the idea is that you add some dimension to it with that second knot there. Also have cufflinks here. So this is a pick-a-shirt shirt. So it comes with both buttons and cuff holes, so you can just button it if you don't have cuff links. And these are not expensive cuff links. I got them, I think, on Etsy. They're a natural stone, and I used to be in the stone business, so it's kind of fun. I just try to get those somewhat matching. And then we'll talk about the bottom of my outfit here a little bit. I'm going to move the camera. So let's do this. So of course the same slacks. These are a full cut trouser, meaning they're not. If you see the kind of the James Bond suits, they're all pretty tight legs. I have pretty big quads, so I have to be careful if I do a continental cut or something that is like an Italian cut. So you can see these are pretty big. It's got just a little break. The break in the front is right, that crease that's right in the front. And then of course I have navy socks with polka dots. With socks you can kind of do whatever you want, but I don't love getting super crazy. Shoe color, there's a lot of different things that people talk about with shoe colors. These are really dark brown shoes. They're a nice shoe. I can't remember the brand. I got them on Black Friday. They were close to $500 on regular price, and I think I paid under $300 for them. But you can see they're brown and they're antiqued. So the antique part is how this is darker. This part is darker. I do like to have really shiny shoes. I guess that's my military background. But in this case, I don't necessarily like to have those, as it were, spit polished, because I don't think that's the best look for those. My black ones are spit polished. It takes a long time to get them from a little bit of a texture in the leather. If you were in the military, you know that you start with a raw leather shoe or boot, and then you put layer upon layer upon layer upon layer. And typically you do that with some polish and then a little bit of water and polish, a little bit of water. I always use a lighter to kind of melt it in, but it just gives it a really good depth. Also, one of the things I've been doing, maybe I'll do a video on shoe shining. With my black shoes, I have black polish, but I also have navy polish. And you know, if you think about black, if it looks like it's a little bit blue, it even looks more black. And so I incorporate both black and navy into polishing my black shoes, so they get really shiny looking. But again, on these, I don't want them to be spit shined. I don't want them to be like patent leather. I want them to be really good, you know, so like very clean. All the scuffs and things are off of them, all the marks are off of them, but I want them to not be really shiny. So then I have a jacket. I didn't wear my jacket today. This isn't like probably not your normal office wear, but also I'm in real estate in the Pacific Northwest, and in real estate here we don't really do men don't dress up. So that's my pushback on the whole thing. So here's the whole outfit. And I have suspenders on, suspenders and braces are the same thing, but just trying to level up the game and have men feel like, hey, if I do something in dress, I don't want to feel uncomfortable. This is actually a really comfortable outfit to wear. I think that most of the time for guys here, it really is hard for them to get over the fact that they might be the only ones in the whole office that are dressed up. And I think that's totally fine. I think our job is to see if we can level up without being ostentatious. You feel better when you dress up. Clients feel like I think feel like you're respecting them more if you're dressed up. It's just it's just really different than it is typical here. I mean, if you go to New York City, lots of guys are in suits. This would not be an abnormal attire for the office, but here it's pretty unusual. I think it would be unusual in LA. And the nice thing is that we have all the climates here throughout the year, and so like today it's shocking, it's raining a little bit, so it's not super hot, but we also we have all the seasons. So this is a springy kind of outfit with the pink shirt. I just like moving the needle again and making guys feel like, hey, if I'm gonna get out of my comfort zone and dress up, that it's totally okay, and you should feel like, hey, I know what I'm doing. The outfit is put together. I know how to wear it, and so I'd love to hear your questions or comments, and let's help each other do better.